Hey, welcome to another video. Welcome to Andrew's Life. Hope everyone's doing great today. I'm just sitting here enjoying the nice, mild weather. It's sunny outside finally. We done had several days of rain, and I believe right now the temperatures are where I'm at, or in the mid 70s, sunny. So I'm just sitting here enjoying the weather right here. Right now. And there's still quite a few videos circulating online about people quitting their 9 to 5, and there's people even basically cheerleading and encouraging people to quit their 9 to 5. 9 to 5 is soulless, it's slave labor, and all that other type of jargon that people are spitting out. Now, I made a video about a week ago, well, maybe no, a few days ago rather, to where I was encouraging younger people to get out here and work that 9 to 5 and make that, make the money work for them eventually. For those that didn't have a business acumen, which most of us don't, regardless of our age. And I'm going to kind of double down on that video, kind of, sort of. Now, today I just got off the phone with the insurance department at my job that I went back to. And I will say, despite the fact that I'm not crazy about working 9 to 5 myself, I am appreciative of my health coverage that's going to kick in another month and a half, which is going to be a lot cheaper than the insurance I'm currently paying. Not only will it be cheaper, but the coverage will also be a lot better. So with all that being said, if you're working a job that you don't like, and maybe you're contemplating on quitting a regular 9 to 5 because you got a business idea and you think you think the idea is going to be lucrative and you're going to make your money, or you got this idea in your head that you're going to quit your job, you're going to travel, you're going to build a YouTube channel, maybe you got some other business ideas on your mind, and you're counting on them to be lucrative, here's something that you're going to want to take into consideration before you quit your 9 to 5. And a lot of you are going to be mad at me. You're not going to like what I have to say, but as a man who is 45, middle age, who's seen a few things, been around the block at least a couple of times, I'm going to say what I'm going to say, and hopefully some of you guys take heed to what I'm going to say. First of all, if you're looking at being a YouTuber, I'm going to tell you straight up, the money that you make on YouTube is not stable. I'm going to use myself as an example. Like, for those of you that have been watching me, yes, you see my channel, for the most part, continuing to grow. So, you're assuming that because my channel is growing, I'm making more money and more money and more money, and that couldn't be any further from the truth. You see, before I started really getting into YouTube, when I watched other YouTubers, I looked at their channel growth, and I just automatically assumed that because their channel is bigger, they're making more money. And the videos that they've been putting out, on average, they might be getting more views, so I'm assuming they're making more money. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news for some of you, but no, that is not always the case. Like, for me, I'm not going to tell you exactly what I've been making because I like to keep that information private, but the most amount of money I made so far on YouTube was back in July. From May to June, the money I was making on YouTube went up substantially. From June to July, it went up even more. From July to August, it came down a notch. And we haven't got paid yet for September, but the money I'm going to get paid in September is going to be a little less compared to what I got paid last month in August. So I say all this to say that if you're wanting to be a YouTuber, the money you're going to make on YouTube is not going to be stable. One month you might make $2,000, the next month you might make only $1,500, the month after that you might make only 500, and then in the month after that you might make, I don't know, $1,700. In a nutshell, that's the experience that the majority of YouTubers go through. Not to mention that when you first start a YouTube channel, and when you first start a YouTube channel, it could take anywhere from a month to several months to even over a year to have enough watch hours and views and subscribers to where your channel qualifies to be monetized. So don't think because you choose to cut on your camera and put up a video and upload a video that you're going to automatically get a paycheck, because you're not. I mean, for many of us content creators, we had to bust our asses just to get monetized. And we got to continue to bust our asses to stay relevant on the platform. And most YouTubers, myself included, we don't make enough money on YouTube to do YouTube, and that's all we do. We still have to work some kind of a 9 to 5, or we still have to have other means outside of YouTube in order to make enough money to be able to survive out here. Now, there's YouTubers that make just a little bit of money, and that's all they do is they do YouTube, and they're living in their vans. They're doing van life, and I'm not knocking people who live like that. Do what it do. I'm just saying, for the majority of us who desire to live in sticks and bricks and have some of the luxuries of sticks and bricks, for most of us, YouTube all by itself is not enough money to live off of. YouTube is a nice side hustle. It's a nice side income because you get to do what you love for that money. And I appreciate that. I'm grateful for that. However, for those of you that are fed up with your employer, you're fed up with working a 9 to 5, for those of you that somehow think that you can just escape from having to basically be an adult, I'm here to let you know there is no easy way out. You're going to have to put that, whether you're working a 9 to 5, or you choose to run your own business, or you choose to be a content creator, you're going to have to get out here and show up, and you're going to put that work in. That's just how that goes. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, for the majority of you that choose to do YouTube all by itself is not going to be enough for you to survive. You're going to still have to keep your 9 to 5 if you don't have a business already started to where you're making enough money to pay your bills. And I know a lot of you are going to feel some kind of way about me saying this. You can call me what you want to call me in the comments. I really don't care. But I get so sick and tired of people coming up on YouTube talking about, oh yeah, quit your job, do YouTube. Pray to God, and then you want to inject God into the situation. And again, if you're religious, cool, do what you do, I ain't, whatever. But you still have to approach YouTube or any type of business endeavor that you choose to go into. You still got to approach it with a realistic mindset. You can't just be on some really nilly stuff and be like, I'm going to quit my job because of whatever. I'm going to do YouTube. I'm going to start my own business. And then when you do that and you don't make no money, now you go broke, and now you get evicted from your rental property. If you're paying a car note, you lose your vehicle, and now you're going to be out here in these streets looking hella dumb. And yeah, that's why I'm making this video, just to protect some of you guys from yourselves, basically. So like I told you guys before, I'm going to tell y'all again. Before you quit your job, at the very bare minimum, these are going to be the things you're going to want to have before you quit your job. Number one, you're going to want to have before you quit a 9 to 5, to do something outside of a 9 to 5, let me be clear. Number one, you're going to want to have at least a year's worth of money saved up. You're going to want to be able to pay your bills for at least the next year, whatever that might look like to you. Number two, you're going to want to look into how much money you're going to pay per month for health insurance and make sure that you can afford that for the next year. And whatever health insurance that you're paying through your employer, if you have to pay your own health insurance through the marketplace or something, I'm going to tell you right now, not only are you going to pay significantly more, but the benefits are not going to be as good in many cases. So, get on the phone, call the marketplace or someone or something like that, and do your own due diligence when it comes to your health insurance. Now, some of you are probably thinking, well, I don't got health insurance anyway, and if I quit my job, I'm not going to get health insurance. And, that's your personal decision. It's your right. But I think it's a dumb decision simply because we're all human beings. And as a human being, all of us at some point are going to get sick. And when you get sick, and now you need to go see the doctor, you're going to go see the doctor, or maybe you might get into an accident, you might break a bone. And when it comes time to go to the ER, when it comes time to go see a doctor or whatever, and they ask you at the front desk, basically what is your method of payment going to be? They ask you for insurance information and all that good stuff, and you don't have it because you neglected to properly prepare for your life. So basically, from what I understand, it's going to be against the law for any hospital to refuse treatment. So they're going to treat you, and then when you leave the hospital or you leave the doctor office and you go back home, you're going to have a crap load of medical bills to pay. You're going to be bankrupt just like that. So I don't care how young you are. I don't care how old you are. And definitely if you're my age and you're thinking about quitting your job, whatever you do, make sure you have health insurance. Because as we all get older, the probability of health issues increases. That's just the reality, whether we want to realize that or not. So, yeah, hopefully you guys got something out of the video. And for those of you that ain't figured it out yet, I ain't with all that fluffy fluff talk on my channel. I don't do all that fluffy fluff talk, all that prep rally talk. I ain't doing all that. I ain't with all that. And on my channel, if you haven't, I got this couple of gnats out here. On my channel, if you ain't discovered yet, I don't follow no YouTube trend. I mean, I might pick topics that many other YouTubers discuss, but outside of that, I don't follow a whole lot of trends. I basically do what I do, and I think for myself. And I want you guys to think for yourself, and I want you to think critically. Don't listen to these other YouTubers telling you to quit your job, and then you ain't got no plan of how you're going to take care of yourself. And don't go out here and not have health insurance, and then when a health condition occurs, you can't afford to pay the bills. Now you go into a crap load of debt, and then you gotta file bankruptcy, and now your credit's gonna be jacked for the next 7 to 10 years. And under bankruptcy, if you have any assets, you can stand to lose some of those assets because you filed bankruptcy, because you're bankrupt. So just bear all this in mind the next time you listen to a content creator telling you how they're going to quit their 9 to 5, and you should quit your 9 to 5 too. Think about it. Use critical thinking before you make any major decisions in your life. So hopefully all of you got something out of the video. If you like what I do, give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't done so, subscribe to this channel and stay blessed. I'll catch you guys on the next one.